Hey, welcome back. So this is our second video in regards to the nonlinear ODEs. This is another example. It seems actually much easier than the one we did last video. If you have not watched it, go and do that. I will leave the link here on the video so you can look for it. So once again, if you see this problem, it is a non-linear equation, and that's due to the fact that this term this y has a power that is neither 0 or 1. So just by that, we know that this is a non-linear problem. So in order to solve this, we need to make this problem linear, solve what it is linear, and then find once again what that y actually is. So let's do that together. So you'll see that for this problem, uh, let's just rewrite it. So we'll have y prime, and this will be minus 5.7y, and that equals to 6 point, well, still equals to negative 6.5y squared. So the first thing we need to do is identify a, p of x, and then g of x. For this case, we know that a is that power that we have here. So a is the 2. And then we need to identify p of x, which for this case will be negative 5.7, and g of x, which for this one will be negative 6.5. So on this one, they are constants instead of functions. And we then need to find our u. So u is equal to y to the 1 minus a. So based on that, this will be y to the 1 minus 2. And we're going to end up then with u is equal to y to the negative 1. That will be our u. And then we need to remember our definition. So we have then, if we find the derivative of all of this, we're going to get with the equation of u prime plus 1 minus a times pu equals to 1 minus a times g. So if we substitute everything here, we're going to get u prime plus 1 minus 2 times p. Well, in this case, p, we know it's times negative 5.7 u. And then we have equal to 1 minus 2 times negative 6.5. So if we simplify everything, we're going to get u prime, and it will be 1 minus 2 will be negative 1 times the negative 5.7 will make it plus 5.7 u. And then on the other side, we're going to get 1 minus 2, that's negative 1 times the negative 6.5, that is positive 6.5. So you can see that this equation, it's now linear, because now that the u terms have a power higher than 1. And we know that this is also non-homogeneous, because this term does not have a u present while the other ones do. So we know how to solve this kind of equations. So first thing we need to do is solve for h. So h is now before we do that, we need to identify our new p of x and r of x. So for this case, p of x will equal to 5.7. You can see it's different from the previous one that was negative. And instead of g or x, we have r of x, which in this case will be positive 6.5, which once again is different from the previous ones before. So let's solve for h, which is equal to the integral of this p of x dx. So it will be the integral of 5.7 dx, which is nothing but 5.7x. With that in mind, we can solve for u, which is equal to e to the negative h times the integral of e to the h times r of x dx plus c. So then this will be equal to e to the negative 5.7x times the integral of e to the positive 5.7x times r of x, which is 6.5 dx plus c, which then that 6.5 we can just factor out. And we're going to end up with e to the negative 5.7x times 6.5 over 5.7 times e to the 5.7x plus c. And over here is where we start to distribute things. So this one times this one, and the times, well, this is the same thing, and times this one. And this is where we end up with, let's see, this is equal to, well, since they have opposite exponents, that will cancel out, and we just left with 6.5 over 5.7 plus ce to negative 5.7x. Make sure that they cancel out. Usually they will cancel out. Make sure that you write down whether they're positive or negative, or you can make an easy mistake in there at the signs. So this is u, but u is not what we want. But we know back from our problem that u was equal to y to the negative 1. Therefore, we can rewrite here that y to the negative 1 is equal to, well, 6.5 or 5.7, that's just 1.14 plus ce to the negative 5.7x. So rearranging everything here, we basically make them trade places. We're gonna get that y of x is equal to 1 over 1.14 plus ce to the negative 5.7x. And this is our general solution. So this is basically how you solve this problem. Once again, this one was more straightforward than the previous one. So once again, if you have any more questions, you can follow the other videos. You can find more yourself, but this is pretty much the straightforward approach. I will see you guys in the next set of videos. So as always, good luck.